Hey guys, back again with another video. This tutorial is about setting up wireless networking for CCNA using a packet tracer. But before we can jump to wireless network, let's try to configure this basic topology first. So this will be the address of my router here. This will be the address of the rest of my devices. This will be the IP address I'm going to assign. So now let's give this router IP address. Enable configure terminal. Name IT department, IP department, enter. Now let me give my router IP address. Let me give my router IP address. IP address 192.168.10.1. This is the address of my router, followed by the default subnet max for class C. No shit. Okay, fine. Now I've given my router IP address and also a host name. So now let's assign IP addresses to my PCs. Let's come to P0 IP configuration. So as you can see here, we have the two ways of giving or assigning IP addresses to our devices. We have DHCP, which is dynamic host configuring protocol, and static. So this is DHCP. This is whereby the router dynamically give IP addresses to our machines, but statically this is whereby like saying manually giving those IP addresses to machines. So now let's assign them statically. So the default gateway will be the gateway of my router. The next PC room. Now that will be my gateway, and then come to my last PC. The gateway address of the router. Now I've assigned my IP addresses to the machine. So now let's see if my PC0 can be able to reach the router. So the ping command is preferably or widely used to see the reachability. 10.1. okay, fine. And my PC can be able to see the to reach the router. You can see here packet sent 4, packets received 4. There's 0 loss, meaning they can communicate. So we can also take a query here, then we'll see that the SMP has successfully sent. So now, as you know that when we come to the wireless technology, it's much flexible as compared to the wired. So let's take a scenario. Sometimes in a working environment, in a boardroom, whereby the switch can't reach, so we have to have the wireless technology in those kind of places for the people to connect. So now let's introduce our wireless technology. Here. Okay, now let's take my router here, which is a wireless router here. The connection can be made very easy here. Now let's take laptops. It's fine with laptops. Now as I hover my router here, you can see that the router comes with the two sides. They come with the two sides, the LAN side and the wireless side. So statically, what is happening here? We can see that at the LAN side, our router have a default IP address 192.168.0 192.168.1.24. This is a default IP addresses for router which we are going to use to configure this router. This is our router here. As you click here and zoom it, you can see this is our router here. So we have GUI, this graphical user interface. In real life, you are not going to access the router this way. What we are going to do is that we are going to use the browser to connect to your router. So let's demonstrate that. We have our laptops here. Then we have our laptops here. Let's zoom it. Okay. Now let's read this very the important information that says the Linksys WP300N module provides one to open for wireless interface suitable for connection to wireless network. The module supports protocols that use Ethernet for LAN access. What does this mean? This means that this router, for you to access the network, you know that you have to have drivers. So this is similar that this is similar to that. I mean, you have the interface that can allow you to connect to the wireless network. It is similar like installing the drivers that can allow you to connect to the network. So now you have to install this interface, shut down the machine, then take the interface back here, then power your machine. As we can see here, there's a communication. Come back again here. You can zoom it. Power your machine off. Take the interface, then return it. The interface. It's more like installing a software. Then power it off. As we can see now, the wireless communication happens. So now let's access our router. We have a desktop here. Then we have our PC. You can see that our PC successfully connected to the access point. So let's go in browser. 192.168.0.1, which is default IP address for the router. Then say admin. Those are default login credentials. Admin. Now I'm in. So this is the graphical user interface management for this router. So let's change the login first. It's for the security purpose. It's always advisable not to leave those default configuration as they are. So now let's take CCNA as our new password. CCNA as a new password. Then let's go and save. Let's save the settings. Now let's check admin. Let's try to make admin and see if our settings have changed. Admin. You can see that you can now log in. So let's say admin, then make CCNA. Now, cool. Settings are successful. So let's continue. So now we have changed the administration. So now let's come to the basic setup. As I've mentioned earlier, that this router comes with two interfaces, the LAN side and the wireless side. So the internet type. Let's just look the internet type. We have internet type, the internet connection type. So for this, it's always advisable to make this internet type connection static, because dynamically it's going to change. So now let's take a static and then make 192.168.10. And since this is the part of our larger network, let's make it 10. Default subnet max for class C 255.255.255 gateway, which is the address of the router, 192.168.10.1. So now let's scroll down and save the changes. Let's save the changes. Now let's save the changes. Now for clarity, let me, okay, it's cool. Setting are successful. I can continue. So for clarity, let's come here and demonstrate how I'm going to assign the IP addresses. Now we have 192.168.10.10 at the internet side and the LAN side and the wireless LAN. 192.168.20.1 maybe the rest of the PC 192.168.20.0/24. Now let you see this how this IP address for this setup are going to be like. Okay, 120. Okay, it's fine. Now let's come to the basic configuration. Let's go to the network setup. We have a router IP, which is this is the default IP address for the router from the manufacturer. So we have to change this address of the router to suit our subnet. So we have to say 20 here. So now let's see a DHCP server settings. Like I did mention earlier that a DHCP server is responsible for assigning the end devices the IP addresses. As you can see here, starting IP addresses is .100. The maximum number of user is 100. The IP range is 100 to 59. Meaning, what this means is that this router is going to start assigning the IP addresses from 100 to 149. That makes up for 50 users for assigning IP addresses. Now let's save settings. Let's save the settings. Let's save the settings. We can realize timeout as you save the settings. As you said, the connection are going to be lost because of the IP addresses. The subnet has changed. So we can come here and say static, then return more like refreshing this, then you say DHCP. Then you can see that the router dynamically assign this PC .100. Let's come to another PC desktop IP static, then return to a DHCP. Then you can see that our router has assigned this laptop 101 IP address. Now it's fine. Let's back to the browser and log it again. Let's return to the browser and log it again. And log to our time again 192.168.20.1. Okay, fine. Admin CCNA. Cool. We are in now. We are in the router. So now let's look the basic settings that we can do in our wireless router. We have the likes of SSID, which is service identifier. We have network security, the likes of passphrase. We have to set the key for our network. So let's see how those configurations are done. So we have to come to the wireless. We have SSID name, SSID name of a network. This one is default, therefore we have to change it to make it our own. Will be the name of my network. Name of my network. Then save the settings. You realize that as I save the settings, the connection are going to be lost because the name has changed. So I have to reconnect my devices again. So I have to come here. I have to reconnect my device again. So I have to come to PC wireless. You have no association with the meaning the connection is lost. So I have to come to connect. You have to connect, and then you can see here. You can see here the name of my network. Then connect. Therefore, let me do the same procedure with this laptop. The no association meaning there's no connection. I have to connect it. Now I have connected my devices. You can see, as you can see here. So now I have to back and log into my browser, into my router using the browser to do some other changes. 192.168.20.1 admin CCNA. Now I'm back again. We still have in the wireless security. Now broadcast ID, meaning this is that the devices that have access to connect to Wi-Fi, they will see this network. So always leave it as enabled, don't suppress it. So let's come to the wireless security. the security. Let's say you can see you have drop down. These are the security modes in wireless. We have a web, of which you know that is less secure. There's no encryption. So let's go to web 2 personal, which is more secure as compared to web. Come here, we have passphrase. We have passphrase here. This is the key, the password that will enter when connecting the wireless. So let me make 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Even though this is not recommended password to make as a network engineer because of the security reason, but for the purpose of this lab, I will just use this network. Okay, this key. Okay, let's save the changes. You also notice again that as I save the changes, our devices are going to be disconnected from the wireless technology again. So now let me reconnect them again. Okay, let me reconnect them again. Come to the PC here, then PC wireless, then I have to connect, then I connect. Okay, now let's choose my SSID, connect. There will be prompt to enter my my key 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 0, and I have to connect. Therefore you can see that we have successfully connected to the access point. This is the profile. Okay, don't worry about the profile. Now let me connect my second device. Let's connect my second device. Now PC wireless. If I connect, I have to select my SSID, connect. I have to enter the password 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 0. Okay, I have connected. Now it's cool. Thank you for information. I have successfully connected. Now let me log in again. My router using a browser 192.168.10.10. Okay, admin CCNA. Okay, fine. Now we have done some basic configuration on how to change the password. So we can also have MAC address wireless here. We have wireless MAC filter. This is whereby when you come to wireless MAC filter, let's say in an environment whereby you have so many people accessing to you will just register. You will leave the password maybe unprotected without a key, but the only devices that will access this network is the devices that have registered here. We will have to register the MAC address for those devices. So now let us look in the situation whereby I want to maybe other employees arrive, so therefore I have to connect that laptop to the internet. The same procedure. Here is another laptop here. Come to here. The same procedure. I have to install this interface. I have to install this interface here. Power my machine off. It's okay. Then I have to come desktop here. PC wireless. Connect. I have to select my SSID. The signal quality 97%, which is much good. Connect. The password 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 0. And my device now can be able to connect. Now I have successfully connected this new employee. So now let's check if this device can communicate. Let's check if this device can communicate. Let's check if this device can communicate here. You can just take here. Now you can see that they can communicate. Let's see, this device now can be able to reach my router in 192.168.10.1. now this device can be able to see my router. Thank you very much, guys. Hope you like this video. Till the next time,